Hi, this is Brendan from Watto Training, and in this tutorial I'm going to be doing a commentary drive through the CBD of Cairns. So first of all, I'm just on the Esplanade and I'm having a look around, doing my 6-point checks, putting the vehicle in reverse, making sure that the pillar A, B and C aren't in my way. I've got a gentleman setting up a bike on my left, he's safe, and I'm just moving in the seat to have a good look around me to make sure it's all safe. Primarily looking at the back of the vehicle when reversing. Now what I'm going to do is follow the Esplanade along, so again just monitoring my mirrors, looking up ahead and just seeing what I've got to work with in the traffic environment. Currently it's in the mid-30s, so it's quite a warm day, so there's people out as well. It's school holidays, so there's children about, but it is not a school day as such. So it's December, and what I'm doing is just driving along. I've got some side streets that I'm just monitoring. I've got the car park here on the Esplanade as well, and I'm in a 40 zone, and it's a two-way road with a broken line in the middle. Now as I'm moving along this road, I can see up ahead that we've got a roadworks area, and we've got a cement truck and a concrete truck doing some pumping of concrete as well. So I'm just slowing, monitoring the road environment, and there's a red and white sign telling me to reduce speed. So I'm just doing that, and as I drive along, I'm just making sure that everything's safe. And I can see up ahead a couple of yellow and black signs, which are our warning signs. First one says end roadwork, so I know I've cleared that zone. So I'm just popping up to third gear. And now I've been given information that there's a speed bump up ahead, and the suggested speed is 35 k's an hour. I'm just going to drop down to 20. I think that's probably something more comfortable with. And now what I can see up ahead is another side street, which I'm just checking, all clear. I've got another driveway into the car park next to the ocean, all clear. I can see another roadwork ahead sign, so reduce speed. Now there's still a regulatory sign up on my left, which is a 40 sign, but I'm just going to back it off a little bit just in case there's any unforeseen hazards or anything up ahead as well. So I'm just moving along the road here. We've got parked cars on the far side of the road. It's quite tight through this section here. We've got a broken line through dividing the two-way road. And I'm just monitoring. I've got a white car behind me in the traffic flow. I've got a gentleman on the footpath walking along up ahead. Now I'm coming up to an area where I'm going to heighten my observation and scanning for pedestrians, and also by that I mean, oh, here's the roadworks again. So it's advising people that the footpath are closed. So I'm just being aware of that. What I was going to say was I'm just being very aware because I'm coming up to where the hospital is, and there's often quite a lot of people around, whether it be people coming to visit people in hospital or anything like that. So the yellow and black sign tells me hospital, and again I've got a speed bump here, and I'm just slowing down, taking that nice and steady. We've got a gentleman crossing the road up ahead, so I'm just giving him space. Got to keep in mind with pedestrians, doesn't matter whether they're jaywalking, they're doing the right thing, the wrong thing, they're paying attention, they're on their phone, they're listening to music, whatever, they don't have protective anything protective around them other than their body. So we've got to make sure that we do everything possible to keep them safe. So I've got a green light here, another speed bump going over. I can see a 40 sign, so I'm just speeding up just a little bit here to keep the traffic flow going. I've got a white vehicle behind me, a couple of seconds. I've got the hospital on my right, I've got the ocean on my left. Up ahead I can see a pedestrian crossing. So what I'm doing is scanning to the sides. There's a bush on the left there, so if there's anyone, like a child standing there, I wouldn't be able to see them, so I just slowed down a little bit. Also being advised to reduce speed because there's more road work up ahead. So one of my primary reasons for doing this commentary drive in this section of the road was because of all the roadworks areas. Now, roadworks work on a number of different angles for a trainer. The first one is that we're meant to slow down and keep everybody safe in the roadwork area, because if you think about the road workers, they're focused on doing a job, and the last thing they want is to be, knocked over by a car or something like that because someone's not paying attention or going too quickly or whatever. So we've got to take responsibility for our actions in those situations. Okay, now I'm entering what's called a no-through road, and I've just come down here. There's a give way sign, and we've actually got to give way to a bike track along here. Good, yep, so we've made eye contact with the adult, and there's two kids as well. There's a green painted zone, and I'm scanning left and right that it's all clear. They've cleared the zone. Now we're coming into a car park, but there's actually a speed sign in the car park telling me that it's a 10 km/h speed zone. So I'm coming in, and that for me is just dropping it down to first gear. What I'm doing as well is I'm looking for brake lights or reversing lights on any vehicles. Up ahead I've got a van which looks like it's transporting people to come to the beach. There's a painted arrow on the road telling me I must turn left, so I'm putting the left indicator on, scanning, and again just walking speed around the car. Oh, okay, the van's now backing out and just straightening up in the car park. So I'm just slowing, allowing the van to position because it's actually got possibly people with disabilities on there. So I'm just, now is he going to come back again? No, he's not. Okay, so I've just let that driver position themselves. Now what I'm doing is again monitoring the white arrows around here. Now if you have been to Cairns before, you'll know that there's a skateboard bowl just there, and there's always lots of cool barbecues and things down here as well. So I'm just working my way, and on my right, for locals and people in the know, there's a tennis court as well right here. So I'm going to come back and go across that bike pathway again, because it's quite a unique situation. So even if you're not from this area, this is a really good one to know. And part of what we want to do with these types of areas is to expose students to situations that aren't just the norm. So again, I can see these people are riding up towards the bike zone. They're looking at me, I'm looking at them. I'm letting them know that they've got the right of way. They don't want to go, but I'm waiting because that's the law. I've got a give way line there. If it was a driving test, and it's funny, they actually kind of got a little bit annoyed at me. Oh, the perils of doing the right thing. Okay, and again, in that situation, there was no way I was going to go. They were wanting me to come through, possibly because they lacked a little bit of confidence, or maybe they were not from this part of the world and weren't sure what the law is, but I definitely had a give way sign. Now, I personally have had students doing driving tests who in that situation have been called through on either a pedestrian crossing or something like that, and they've gone, and that's not the law. That person doesn't have the right to call me through, so I've got to just wait patiently. And I did have eye contact with them, but there was no way I was going to do anything other than what the road rules say in that situation. If we all stick to the road rules, and I probably sound like I'm going on a little bit here, then we're all working off the same set of rules. Okay, so I'm going to take a left turn. I'm doing a lap around the block here because this is a great little one-way section here. So again, scan, 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 and now I'm into a one-way street, which is a 30 zone. And now, if you're wondering where I am, I'm actually heading northbound now along the Esplanade. So I've looped around, I'm heading northbound, and on my right is the ocean. I've got cars parked on either side. I'm in a 30 zone. I'm in second gear. I've got cars coming in, coming out, that type of thing. And also, I've got this water park here for the smaller kids where they like to play with the shade cloth. Muddy's Cafe's over there as well. So I'm just looping around again. Great little circuit, this one. And now what I'm doing is just working my way back to the roundabout. Now I went left last time. This time I'm going to go straight ahead. So I drop my speed, check my mirror, no one's behind me. I'm already in second gear. Looking, looking, looking. There is a truck on the way on the other side, but he's very slow, that driver, so we're not impeding his path in any way whatsoever. We've kept our crash avoidance space. We've got our left indicator scanning for anyone walking across. And now what I'm going to do is indicate and just pull up here outside the front of the private hospital. Indicator mirror, check the shoulder. It's all clear, coming into the car park. And we stop and secure the vehicle. And that is part one of my commentary drive in Cairns CBD. This is Brendan from Auto Training. Safe driving.